and it sounds perhaps as the old story, but an incredible sense of alienation when we came here. I remember that my cousin Guadalupe was a first-year law student, and we were living here by Calvary Cemetery. The building is still there. We paid $60 a month rent, 2 rooms, a kitchenette, and they threw in a parking spot. So we'd walk to school, and just before fall classes, he said, let's go to the university and we'll sort of map out where your classes are. But there was no one here when we came. And so the first day of class, fall of 1968, I had purchased a bike for $30 in Sunnyside. I brought it with me to sort of... so I rode my bike, and then when I got to campus, it was like a different world. To me, millions of students, a swarm of students, and I couldn't even... I sort of became anxious, and I think I attended 1 or 2 classes, and then I said, essentially gave up on myself and went to the Ave. There was at the time there was a coffee shop called the Lion's Den, and I went there sort of to compose myself, and to my surprise, there were some other Latino students had experienced the same thing. So we sort of shared our misery, and we decided to do something about it. And what we decided to do is to organize ourselves and pattern our organization after the BSU. And theirs was very strong. It seemed like they acted in unison in one voice and so forth. And the first thing that we did is we designated people to look out for others. We set up a buddy system.
Wow.
And we did that because when we came, we were scattered all over the campus. Some of us were in Hennessy Hall, in McMahon, McCarty, Lander, Terry. We were all over the place, and we lost track of each other. We came together, but we lost track of each other right away. To give you an example, there were almost all of the Latinas that came, or some of the Latinas that came were assigned to Hennessy Hall. At the time, it was not co-ed. I don't know if it is today. But it was the women's dorm. So they were assigned there. And by the time we got around to locating them, they had left. But we were able to locate the other students. And we then organized ourselves and essentially began to build a student organization. We learned very quickly from the BSU.
Were you part of the BSU?
Yes, we were part of the BSU.
How long were you in the BSU?
Probably I think we were part of the BSU throughout my undergraduate years, and I say that because we worked very closely with him, and we formed this very strong coalition, not only with the BSU but with other student organizations. Technically, I remember that one of the things that we did is that the student organization did is that, and I don't know why we did it, but we produced these little cards that said MEChA organization, member, then your name. Why we did this, I don't know. It gave us some official standing or something. I still have mine at home. So I remember carrying the card for the BSU, and then we produced ours and so forth. But I think that lasted probably into maybe the spring of 1969, because by then we realized that we had issues, and we were beginning to go in very different directions from the BSU. Okay, so we essentially followed the example of the black students. The black students asked, and when they didn't get it, they did something about it. Okay, at the time it was called sort of direct action. Others called it militancy, etc. And we learned very quickly